Theo is back. The Fair Trade chocolate bars make their second appearance on the pod today, sporting 3 brand new flavors for the crew to sample. With Valentine's Day coming up this week, finding the right sweets to satisfy your sweetie is imperative, and we are ready to play Cupid right now on You Tried Dat. You Tried Dat. I'm Nick North, my pal Shane Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hey, happy V-Day.
Yeah, coming up. Do you got something picked out for your ladies?
I'll pick my wife out this time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for the ladies. I think you said which lady am I picking out? I'm probably gonna go with my wife.
I'll pick my own key out of the key party bowl this time.
Yeah.
I'm feeling generous. We don't normally do anything except like maybe cards for Valentine's Day, so I have not picked anything out.
How do I get on that track? What are your secrets, Sensei? We on accident. So we always go out. Like we don't necessarily go out on Valentine's Day because all the restaurants are super expensive. So we'll go like that week. And like one year we wound up like taking the kids with us, and we went to like one of those hibachi places near us. And now we do that every year. So we're gonna do that again.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's fun. Yeah.
We have gotten into the hibachi trend somehow lately. Like we went to Benihana for my birthday last October, and then like we went with some friends, and then my in-laws were like kind of jealous, and so they were like, "Hey, can we go to Benihana with you guys sometime?" So like a month later, we went to Benihana again with my in-laws because like my kids loved it. They were like eating vegetables that they never eat and all sorts of stuff, right. And then and then it was my father-in-law's birthday at the beginning of January. And my daughter's like, can we go to Benihana again? And my father-in-law, he literally does not give a shit which restaurant we go to. So he's like, okay. So now we've been to Benihana 3 times in like 3 months.
Yeah, we go every year on the girl's birthday. It's a perfect place for a family.
It's very cool.
It's just
dinner
like,
show. Good food.
All right. We're heading back to the mailbag this week, guys.
Yes.
It's chock full of mail.
Let's find out what comes out of our nipples this week.
First one's from Frank. Let's see what Frank has to say.
Hey, YTD. This is Frank. I'm calling from South Bend, Indiana. What is the most impressive dish you can cook completely yourself? Like, if you're going to wow someone and you had to cook, what would you make?
All right. Thanks, Frank. Anyone got an answer for that?
I do. I have a salmon dish that I cook, which is like a ginger scallions, soy sauce glaze over it, and it's got like rice. Yeah, it's super tasty. So I'll bust.
Novak, you can say box of pasta.
Sometimes I'll put a little extra salt on the plain pasta. That really wows them.
I want to wow myself. Yeah, seduce myself with the box of pasta. There's like literally no like specific dish that I would be known for. Like probably grilling something. Like I do all the grilling in our house. Like I've definitely impressed. The times I've impressed somebody is my parents, who have never put a fucking seasoning on a piece of meat in their life. And so like my seasoned steak is life-changing to them.
What is the sensation?
I seasoned it with a box. I seasoned it with a box of pasta. You're gonna love it.
Geiger, I feel like you have a good answer for this.
I've got, and I'm not trying to sound arrogant or whatever, but there's a couple things I probably would
please
say.
do.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sound arrogant, but we might want to clear a little time here.
I do own a Michelin star restaurant, so let me tell you the whole menu.
Come back for episode 2 of my favorite dishes. Now, I think I've gotten better at smoking the last couple years, so I've made like some pulled pork that's pretty good, and I can make a decent pot roast, and I like I've gotten pretty good at steak, and I like making like stews and stuff. So like soups and stews and all that kind of stuff. I think I could whip together fairly good.
How's your box of pasta? Because I can also make a mean box of pasta.
Hey, I have to make multiple pastas in my house. I have to make 2 pots worth of pasta every time I make pasta. So
I have a goal. I have not done it yet, but I want to develop a signature Chad mac and cheese recipe. I watched like 100 mac and cheese recipes on Instagram. They're all the same. Basically, it's all like, oh, like make a roux, put some cheese in, whatever, make a sauce. But I want to try sitting down and like coming up with this is my mac and cheese, but I haven't done it yet. So if anybody's got any tips for a good mac and cheese, send them into the mailbag.
Regularly make our pasta now with like half and half and like Parmesan cheese sauce. That is very good.
That sounds yummy.
Graduating up from just plain pasta sometimes. All right, next question from Billy. Let's see what Billy's got to ask.
Hi, this is Billiam McCandlesticks, and I've got a mailbag question for you. What's your favorite street joke or joke? For example, mine is, what's the difference between a Camaro and an erection? I don't have a Camaro.
Would you say his name was Billiam McCandlestick? Is that what he said?
I'm starting to think these are not real people.
They all have different voices, at least.
There's a brilliant candlestick and I'm fucking hard. Cool. So what's my favorite joke?
Do you have a street joke?
Yeah, what's a street joke?
Streets and...
Yeah, what is
that? Like a dirty joke?
I did have one. I'm not going to tell it right now because it's super, super long. But it was one that I used to hear about. Like it was this pink and white pancake joke or something like that. Where it's like it's one of those jokes where like the joke itself is like 30 minutes long. You know, you just try to make it as long as possible so that the person gets annoyed. And then the ending was like some line about like people prefer Wheaties 2-1 over pink and white pancakes or something like that. And I used to tell that, and people would get so mad. And then I would just
you told me that joke within like the first month we met.
You remember the pink and white pancake joke?
I do. I absolutely remember it. There's a bunch of great like Norm Macdonald's my favorite old comedian. I love everything Norm did. But I always remember the one of him saying, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she does have a shovel, a pick, and a panning sluice strapped to her burrow.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know. I guess I don't walk down the street busting out my type 5 to everyone I pass.
Yeah.
We are not like, I remember one of my friends who like did open mic stand-up nights. And he like would try to like come up with material and things like that. He just like I worked with him. He just clearly had a regular day job, but he's like, you should go out. Like you should really go up there. And I'm like, there's such a difference between like prepared comedian, and someone who just like wisecracks at people's shit. Like,
yeah.
That's all.
It's a completely different skill set. One of them is actually involves skill, which is the stand-up.
Right. Right.
Here's my type 5 on hoping someone brings up Tailspin Baloo. That's not gonna really work.
Ours is just shitting on what each other say, basically.
Yeah, right. Maybe if the three of us went up there and just started talking, eventually we could start, making fun of each other. But that probably.
And then eventually everyone would leave the room who was watching.
Right. I'm gonna you think would you rely on some crowd work? Start walking and hope that the people say something you can react to.
You. Fatty! Oh, what?
Right.
Just getting pounded.
I did in high school, senior year in high school, I competed in the Illinois speech team. And my event that I was in was called Original Comedy. And it was, you had to write an 8-minute routine, but it wasn't like supposed to be a stand-up routine. It wasn't like, hey, what's the deal with blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't supposed to be like that. You're supposed to have like characters and kind of act out a scene and stuff like that. And I did make it all the way. This sounds like a brag, but I did make it all the way to the state finals of Illinois, where I got 5th place for my routine. Which was, I was pretty proud of that. I thought I should have got first. I was funnier than the other ones, but what can you do?
It's like an SNL audition type of thing. Like you just,
yeah, kind of. So it was a whole like story about how I couldn't get dates. So very true to life.
You were just being honest.
I was just like telling my life story, basically. Like, yeah, I'm a fucking nerd. I
dramatically reading your diary.
Yeah,
and people are just cracking up.
I'm too busy wearing hammer pants and playing Nintendo 64, so the girls don't want to go out with me.
I'll tell you what, this guy doesn't have a Camaro. Oh.
But it was so it's about like how I couldn't get dates, and then so as a solution I bought like a book on tape that was like how to date a girl, and the jokes were that like the book on tape thing, I was like listening to it while I was on the date, and it would tell me to do something, and then I would like fuck it up in some very funny way, and stuff like that. And then
nice. We got to find that old tape.
Yeah, that can be a whole.
Yeah, I don't have a recording of it, but I have the script around there somewhere. I read it a couple years ago, and I'm like, this is fucking awful. Like, why did anyone laugh at this?
So, do you think the original Kings of Comedy were just ripping off your routine then?
I do think so.
Cedric the Entertainer is like, I can't get a date. I'm like, what?
Yeah, they watched me and stole all my stuff.
I thought so.
All right, let's get into some snacks here. We've got 3 snacks, all Theo chocolate bars. Rate them on a 5-point scale. Love that, like that, indifferent to that, dislike that, and hate that. Let's do the chili first. Geiger, these are from
Becky. My sister Becky went to. I don't have the package anymore, but I believe these are from Seattle or something like that. And she went out that a ways.
Oh yeah, because last time we did Theo Chocolate was with our buddy Drop King Robert Persinger, who lives in Seattle.
That makes sense then. Yep.
So
she was out that way and picked these up.
I literally only got the little like spice at the back of my throat.
I'm not getting any so far.
Yeah, me neither.
It's definitely not what I would call spicy.
Oh, there it is. I got it now. Comes in at the late for me. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I barely have any. Oh God!
It literally couldn't like be further.
Yeah.
Back, like at the back of your throat. It's like from swallowing it, you're getting it.
How do they time release this stuff? It's very strange.
Yeah, it is strange. That is weird. Okay, so Theo bars are like the kind of like the flat rectangle when you go to a grocery store, and they're like slightly more expensive, better quality chocolate bars that you will see.
You know you're going to pay a lot when you see that flat rectangle. It's fancy man's chocolate.
Geiger, what do you think?
There is definitely you can definitely taste the chili. I guess like it's well-made chocolate. I think this is dark chocolate too, and I like dark chocolate. So like when I was just tasting the dark chocolate, it was good. The problem is the chili then leaves, like, again, you only get it on the back end, and it just kind of leaves a shitty aftertaste in your mouth. And then you go to eat the next piece, and it tastes like kind of just bitter. It just kind of ruins the flavor a little bit. I would give it an indifferent. I'd give it a dislike that. I don't really like, if it was just, this is dumb. If this was just the dark chocolate, I think it's well-made chocolate, but it's not. It's chili chocolate. And the chili just kind of leaves like a shitty, like I want to wash this whole like cup of coffee down my throat right now because it just want to like rinse it out. So yeah, dislike that.
Chad, what do you think?
I think even before I got to the spice, this was a pretty strong dislike that from me. It is way too dark and way too bitter for my personal taste in chocolate. I think it is well-made chocolate, but that doesn't matter if I don't like it. Then, that doesn't really count for shit.
Yeah.
Then the spice kicked in, and Geiger really nailed it where it's like, this is sitting in my throat, and I could drink my entire cup of water right now to try to get it out. I really, really don't want this spicy kind of, it's not even spicy, but it's just like whatever it is, the sitting in the back of your throat, the aftertaste is really gross to me. I am going to slide this into a hate that.
Wow.
Oh.
Who is this for? Who the fuck? Like, I don't understand. Like, if you like spicy,
it's for Theo. Theo likes it.
Theo likes it spicy.
Theo Huxtable likes it.
He made these in character.
Yep.
The only Theo I know.
When it hits the back of your throat, you're gonna feel bad.
What are we talking about? With him, it might not be chocolate.
What do you know Bill Cosby for?
Pudding. Only pudding. Pudding his? No, I'm not going to say.
It was sitting there. We all were debating.
Look, I can't. That had to be acknowledged, but not said. I thought. That's why.
Okay. It makes no sense. Like, if you like spicy stuff, this is not going to hit the note for you. If you just like sweet, this is not getting it. It just tastes like I was made to swallow like a spoonful of like pepper or something. Like it just sits
Yeah.
in the back of your throat. It's terrible. I'm gonna give it a dislike that. It's not like something you're gonna spit out, but it's just doesn't make a lot of sense. So 2 dislikes and a hate. Terrible start. Let's go to the pumpkin spice next.
Let's go to something not likely to do much
Yeah.
better.
This one's white chocolate, it seems, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's like a beige kind of a color with a bunch of little like brown and black specks in it.
And you guys remind me, don't give a fuck about pumpkin spice, or are you excited? Are you lined up at Starbucks for your PS lattes come September or whatever?
I don't give a fuck about pumpkin spice. I do like pumpkin pie a lot. So stuff that tastes like pumpkin pie adjacent are fine with me. But no, I don't go out of my way to go get that stuff.
What do you think of this thing, Chad?
Well, it's better than the last one. I will say that. The problem I always have with white chocolate is that because they've taken out the actual cacao and it is just sugar, basically, you lose any of that depth of flavor that you kind of get with chocolate, especially that you could get with high quality chocolate like Theo theoretically is. The pumpkin spice helps a little bit, I guess, but ultimately this thing is just way too sweet. I don't know. And the white chocolate flavor isn't really doing it for me. It's much better than the last one, but I'm still going to put it in a mild dislike. I didn't even finish one square.
Oh, Theo.
You made some silly chocolate. You need to do better.
You're not supposed to eat the hoagies.
Yeah, he was very hoagie centric in that show. It was always chasing a big old sandwich with potato chips in it.
Right.
I don't know why I'm pointing out the common plot point of Cosby.
Pretend that was what that's what the show is mostly about.
I slipped the roofie into the chocolate bar, but nobody's eating it because it tastes like shit.
Wow.
Yeah. They really did.
You know what else has slipped was the accuracy of that impression as you got further through the sentence.
Cop's doing a real bang-up job trying to decipher that case 20 years later. He was just openly saying it on the show.
It's definitely better. There's no doubt. Like it's getting a little bump from having to follow the chili. I don't love. There's nothing really pumpkin flavored that I like. I don't even like pumpkin pie all that much, which I know is a hot take. But as it is, I feel like it's a decently made version. Like that, if you like pumpkin pie and pumpkin stuff, we'll see how Geiger feels about it. That you could like it. I'm going to give it a low level indifferent to that. I think it's just kind of very forgettable. Geiger?
I think you made a good point in that it tastes like when I first ate it, I'm like, oh, this isn't bad. But I think it is partly because it came so closely following the chili one. Like I said, I like pumpkin pie. I don't necessarily think this is that good. This is one of those where I could have one piece and then I'm good. I don't ever need to have it again. Right? I don't need a whole bar of this stuff.
One of those.
Just one of those where you only want to eat a single serving at a time.
And then never for the rest of your life.
And then never return.
Classic one.
Right.
So for this candy, it's kind of a
roofied hoagie.
A one-hitter quitter for me.
I have one. Yeah. I'm like, I'm good. Don't need that again.
Yeah. It tasted fine, but I fell asleep and I woke up my butthole.
Hoagie knocked me out and I shit my pants while I was asleep. So I think I'm good for that. Just
Yeah. Yep, it was definitely from the hoagie that happened. So yeah, I think I would give it probably just like that still. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was that good.
All right. 2 dislikes and a different. It's winning.
Great job so far, Becky. Great job.
Ate the hoagie. The hoagie tasted good, but then I woke up in Bill Cosby's basement, which was, I don't need it again. So one time and I'm done with that.
Yeah. I think only one
this
time. This
basement was a little cold. That was the problem with the scenario.
One time of getting drugged by Bill Cosby, and I'm like, I don't, okay, we've been there, done that. I don't need to try it out again. Theo is there.
I'm good, thank you.
All right, Geiger.
No, you sure you don't want to keep going with this before we get completely canceled? Okay. Well, speaking of romance, as Novak mentioned, it's Valentine's Day, which I definitely knew when I put the segment together. And what do people like to do on Valentine's Day? We kind of mentioned it already up top.
Hoagies.
Go out to dinner. What?
No.
And eat hoagies. They like to hoagie each other to death. So we are going to go back to the world of Yelp. This is Yelp or Help again. So you're going to decide if any of these reviews, you're going to give it a Yelp if you think it's not helpful, and a help if you're like, oh, that helped me decide. Fuck. Just say if you think the review helps you decide if you want to go there or not. Saying Yelp it doesn't make any fucking sense. I just backed out of my own rating system.
It makes more sense than yes or no. I mean,
all right, say Yelp or Help. Yelp is this.
We've done this segment like 4 times already. It's fine. Just stick with
it
your
always
rating.
that way?
Yeah, I don't remember. That's
Yelp
why I'm
was
not
the
sure.
good thing. Oh,
Okay.
Yelp is the bad one. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Help.
It was help you decide to go to the restaurant,
right?
And Yelp you decide not to go.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
So Help's good.
All right. Help's good. Yelp's bad. I prepared a lot for this. Okay. First one.
3 Yelps.
3 Yelps. All right. This is literally the worst place on the fucking planet. I've never been to a place where the staff was just so blatantly rude and unwilling to help customers. Telling people to, wait a minute, man, when they are just trying to order a burger. Is the staff just sucking each other's beards and man buns and patting each other on the dick for working at such a hipster subpar restaurant? Has any of the staff here ever worked at a restaurant before? Thanks for the consistently shitty nights, bro. Hope you're enjoying your shitty life at a shitty restaurant and riding your shitty bike home to a shitty apartment where you practice with your shitty indie or noise band. We all know you secretly like listening to the Chainsmokers while you masturbate and while your roommate trims his beard all over your chest. Seriously, this entire staff needs to be fired and replaced. Fuck you all. 1 star. So I don't know what restaurant this was or what they ordered burgers, apparently. Hopefully it's not like a Burger King or something, but Chad, you seem to enjoy this guy's general demeanor.
This guy's got an axe to grind against the hippie culture.
Yeah. Chad, you just done choking on a hoagie over there. You all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. Okay. Sorry, still trying to get over my pneumonia from 2 months ago.
No worries.
Yeah, it's okay. Look, I appreciate a good profanity rant as much as the next guy. But the problem I think here with this reviewer is that he mentioned, like, he said nights plural. Mm-hmm. So, like, he hates this place, but he has still gone back multiple times. Mm-hmm. Which leads me to believe the only reason you would go back to a place, even if you hate the staff and they treat you like shit or whatever,
masochism, is
if the food is really, really good. Right? Like, that's the only reason you keep going back. Unless it's like, maybe it's the only place open at 3 a.m. or whatever. But, I mean, just, it's got to be other places open, right? So I'm intrigued. I like hipster burger bar kind of places. That's actually, like, my scene. I love paying way too much for a burger. I say that in all seriousness. Because I don't know. I really like fancy burgers. I like going to places that have fancy burgers, trying them out. This sounds like a place I want to go. They have helped me to go to the restaurant. I will give it a help.
He says he's trying to order a burger, and the guy says, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he wasn't prompted to give his order.
Give me a goddamn burger. Dude, I'm taking care of another person.
This is a Jiffy Lube.
I'm shaving my beard onto another person. Can you wait 5 minutes?
Yeah, they might have just been too busy patting each other on the dick.
He might make good points about the service being bad, but I think he dislikes this group of people.
Oh, you think? you catch up on some of the contempt he might have for a culture
beyond the restaurant.
He might have some biases internal to him, you know.
So I'm going to say Yelp.
Okay. Right. Next one. This is from Stone B in Fort Worth, Texas. That's right, Stone. I'm doxing you. All right.
Stone B, Steve Austin.
This place is what the trendy hipsters in Austin wish they could be. Funky old building, funky old furniture, very friendly and knowledgeable baristas, and the guy selling you the coffee actually grows and roasts it himself. As for the coffee itself, this is some of the best coffee I've ever tasted in my life. Bought 3 half-pound bags to take home with me that were still warm from the roaster. I'm no coffee expert, so I can't go on and on about all the well-balanced and full-bodied espresso with intense cherry flavors up front and smooth milk chocolate notes at the back of the palate, or crap like that. But what I am qualified to say is, this coffee is freaking delicious. Oh, and the tattoo on Oscar's right forearm has really nice tits. 5 stars. So, he does not know a goddamn thing about coffee or how to talk about it, except for what he just wrote in that fucking review.
Oscar the Grouch has a titty tattoo? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it says right here that the barista was in Sesame Street.
That's the only Oscar I know.
Yeah.
And Oscar Pistorius. And Oscar Isaac. I guess I know 3 Oscars.
And the Oscars.
And the Oscars. Okay. 4 Oscars.
That Oscar statue does have some nice tits. Novak, Oscar's right forearm has some tits on it. Would you like to go to this coffee shop? To see the tits, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I do think... I also don't like the pretentiousness of notes and tannins and stuff like that. Yeah, and generally people who do the things we do on this podcast when we talk about food. So I just like to be told, yes, this is good or bad. I don't drink coffee, but if I did, this coffee's good. That's good enough. Mm-hmm. I'll try it. So I like that straightforward approach. And the second thing I like is big old cans on a tattoo. So I'd like to see that. So I'm going to say help.
Okay.
I like tannins and I like cannons. These are the 2 things that I like. Oh man, I hate coffee shops.
You're in them plenty though.
Yeah, that's true. I do have a regular coffee shop I go to all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, direct me to all the big titty tattoos. That's fine with me. I do have a saved Google search for big titty tattoo, so that I can go to all the restaurants where workers have them. Could you imagine walking into a coffee shop and just being like, "Hey, Oscar, show me them titties on your arm"?
Well, since I've been going on to Yelp to find these, I have noticed that they have a lot of like dog friendly, and it says allergy friendly, gluten free, and then it says has titty tattoo is another one, so you can tell where to go.
Ink set.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one's a help for me.
What's your guys' favorite Oscar? Is it the Blade Runner? Do you like him?
What?
Oscar Pistorius, he's talking.
Oh. I was like, I didn't think Harrison Ford's character was named Oscar.
He chose to give him a really cool nickname instead of Murderer.
I didn't give him that nickname.
He's got a nice set of handcuffs.
Yeah. He's probably not what I would term my favorite, I guess. I don't know.
Can Man?
It probably is Can Man. And his nice cans.
Can Man for sure.
All right.
What did our friend say about Pistorius before he became a murderer? Was like he should be banned from the Olympics because he's more machine than man.
Yeah, it gave him an advantage.
Our friend's like, yeah, how about I just chop off my legs and attach a motorized cart? He was all angry.
Not exactly understanding how Pistorius was
How
competing.
about I just strap a jetpack to my asshole and fly down the 500-meter dash?
Some guy who's just a torso attached to a rocket.
Look at him go.
Race starts, he just fucking flies through the finish line.
And he
1 second.
breaks not only the Olympic record, but the land speed record. What an impressive athlete he is, folks.
And his entire rest of his body is also broken.
He has burned all his competitors to a crisp.
Also, this friend probably would lose a race to a guy with no legs, too. He's a fucking slow bitch, so there's no reason to get all mad. Probably just jealous. All right.
But in the end, he was right because Pistorius is a
well,
murderer,
that's not. Yeah.
he was right to hate him.
I remember our friend way before the Olympics was like, this guy shouldn't be in there because he'll probably kill his wife. I'm like, whoa, how do you know? All right. Here's one. 1 star for this place. Doesn't say where it is. Getting our hard-earned money's worth by reporting truthfully. The only reason my wife and I went to this shithole is because the Texas County Reporter TV show said so. The outside seating was out of control. A Mexican family of 11 took the last 4 tables and 11 chairs and grouped them together where the band plays. White, real Americans had to stand. The staff said and did nothing. Yeah, we're still going, guys. The staff said and did nothing but get them their food 45 minutes faster than us whiteys. By the way, faster is spelled FSSTER somehow. I'm not sure how that works. Some stupid-ass white smart bitch used her diabetes issues to get the waiter to prioritize their food. A whopping 115 minutes to get our food to the table after we finally ordered. It took 45 minutes for a waiter to recognize white people were even there. This is the worst place to go eat if you are white and respectful.
Yeah, this guy just fucking oozing respect out of every
very respectful, demure write-up.
So respectful. This broad with her diabetes issues.
No. This stupid-ass white smart bitch. So I don't know if she's stupid or smart. I can't quite figure that out. Heads or tails of that sentence.
He's going after his own kind there after he just clearly separated.
What do you mean? I don't think he sees gender or race at all. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't. Which rating, Yelp or Help, is me not siding with this guy? Because I need to distance myself.
Before I accidentally make a mistake.
I believe we said it was Yelp.
Yelp.
So, yeah.
I want to patronize this restaurant because, like, this guy's, like, such a piece of shit, and, like, hopefully he like, I'm like, oh, I feel, yeah, like, he won't be there. I feel bad for, that they get a review like this. It's so atrocious. I will go Yelp.
Novak, white and respectful.
Novak, 11 Mexicans. What? Right by the band. What difference does that make?
You're a real white American, right?
Yeah. Does he want the spots by the band? Is that?
Yeah. You know when Mexican people are by a band and then nobody else can hear it for some reason, they just block the sound. Is that what he's trying to say?
Yeah. My parents do this all the time. They will tell a story that has nothing to do with race, right? Like, it's just I went to the bank and then said, oh, so there was this Mexican teller at the bank, like, and then the story has nothing to do with them being from Mexico, but it's always,
but you need to know so you can picture it accurately in your mind.
This guy I work with, Ted, he's a black guy, and he was telling me about how to get a 401k. Like, what? I don't understand what.
Maybe they're just descriptive storytellers.
They're painting a picture for you, Novak.
Yes. And both insist on saying an Oriental guy.
Oh,
no. Well, that's not how you do that.
Conveniently, don't mention it when it's a white guy, though.
No. Not. They don't have to say if someone's a real ass American.
It's implied. Novak, did you give this one a rating or no? Or you're probably for it, right?
Yelp.
All right, here we go. This is a 1-star review for a place called Taco Santo. The entire kitchen and waitstaff saw an ice cream truck and ran outside, leaving me alone in the restaurant. 10 minutes later, they all came back with ice cream cones. I still can't believe this actually happened. So,
ice cream. Incredible.
Are you dining at a lemonade stand? Like,
it's a taco place, apparently.
Their AC was broken.
Now, it is a taco place, So it is possible that these weren't real white Americans that went out there to get ice cream.
Oh,
So you have to
that's
take
true.
that into consideration.
This food was disrespectful.
Chad, I think we're
Ooh.
or no, Novak, it's your
Yeah.
turn to start here.
Yeah, I definitely would prefer my staff not
Yeah. What?
act like a dog seeing a squirrel when an ice cream truck passes by and leaves me mid-meal with no service. So that's a rough one. I'm going to say Yelp. Oh, I guess maybe. Wait, it helps me decide?
That's what I said. That's why I made Yelp for help.
A+ rating system.
Help is if you want to go there. Yelp is if you don't.
Novak, this
based on
is
this
a
rating.
stupid smart-ass rating system.
This is a white-ass rating system.
I took 11 ratings and grouped them all over by the band. Couldn't pick out which one I wanted.
So Geiger, a white man, told us this rating system. I actually disagree. This sounds like behavior that my family would do. There's an ice cream truck, Mr. Softy, that comes by every once in a while. A name like that, Mr. Softy, really calls to me.
He sits in my driveway staring at me.
But when we hear that, like, tune...
Hey, fat ass.
Come get your friend Mr. Softy over here.
we will drop everything and run out to that ice cream truck.
Yeah, but you're not.
You're not working. You're in the middle of a conference call and you whip your headset across the room.
I have also chased this ice cream truck down because they have an app and you can find out where the ice cream truck is. And
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah.
So we have been like, it's 4 blocks away, get in the car. And we like drive to chase it down.
Suddenly, Chad's the Blade Runner.
But the reason I like this is because if the staff, they are doing this person a favor. They're saying, hey, delicious ice cream outside. Come with us. You know, and so if the staff started doing that, I would run out there first so I could be first in line. You know, you get your ice cream first. I think it's a
great restaurant
service.
strategy of, hey, leave our restaurant and go eat food somewhere else.
It's ice cream. There's always
Yeah.
room for ice cream. It fills in the cracks in your stomach. I will say help.
Mr. Softy also has a tracker on you.
Yeah.
Knowing where you are on his phone. This guy's my top fucking customer.
I am single-handedly
I'm gonna
keeping them
make
in
it-
business. Yes, it is
Gonna
true.
make him chase me around the block. This guy.
I'm going to show him a little ice cream and just tease the bastard.
Run for that cream, fatty.
This is getting sexual. All right. All right, 2 stars. I came here with family that was visiting, and I was starving after traveling for so long to see them. So I ordered the shepherd's pie and the turkey club. Our server gave me a look and asked if I was sure, and I said yes. He proceeded to refuse to put the order in for both. He said I had to choose one. I asked if that's a policy because I don't know that I've ever heard that before. He said no, that I just shouldn't be eating that much. So I just got the turkey club after that. He brought the food. Everything was fine. I was still hungry after I finished my food, so my dad let me have some as a surprise. And when the server came back to check on us, he saw me eating off my dad's plate and literally slapped my hand away and called me a fatty. No more for you, fatty, verbatim. Sorry?
Wow.
I don't know if he was having a bad day or something, but we definitely won't be coming back again. The manager even sided with him and said that the server was right. In good conscience, they can't let their customers eat that much. Like, you'd think they'd want to make more money, but whatever. 2 stars anyway, because the turkey club was actually tasty. So maybe this guy is kind of fat. I mean, he got completely ashamed and embarrassed, and he was still like, but the turkey club was so good, 2 stars. Oh, God. I need more of that turkey club. Delicious, greasy bacon.
Cut this guy off. Stop fucking eating.
He forgot to mention he'd been there 6 consecutive days and hadn't left the restaurant.
He forgot to mention that he ran out for Mr. Softy halfway through the meal. The customer was me. It was me.
So I will say, if you're going to order 2 meals, A turkey club and a shepherd's pie is an odd combination to have on the plate. That's a lot of carb you're eating.
Shepherd's pie is usually very filling and heavy too.
Yeah.
That's something that should. I mean, and then if you're going to be forced to pick one of them, you go with the shepherd's pie, right? It's like it's the better option.
He's washing it down with fries too.
Yeah. So, Chad, is this? Do you approve of this restaurant's behavior?
My server, a skinny man, slapped my hand away. No, I mean, this is pretty shitty behavior. Like, just let people order what they want to order. If they want to eat 2 meals, like, maybe the guy just ran like a marathon, and so, he needs to like refill his energy and stuff like that.
It's probably a marathon.
I ran a marathon. Eat a shepherd's pie after you run a marathon, right? Usually.
Remember that Irish marathon they all ran? All right, have a plate of haggis. What the fuck?
So this is bad. Yelp.
Okay.
This guy, he might be onto something. Like you can, if you're gonna take this like new age fitness type of approach, people are gonna pay you to slap food out of their hands, right? Like they're going to come to your restaurant. You're going to tell them they're fat, slap the food out of their hand, and they're going to thank you for it.
How's that new age fitness? I don't
know. This new age restaurant called Going Out of Business.
What's the exercise? The slap?
It's a new diet crate.
So does that help for you then? You're a fan of it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm marking it down.
It's my new diet. I just need somebody to tell me not to eat 2 meals every time I'm supposed to eat 1. That's my diet.
Do you think, let's say you could take that someone's going to come over, like you're trying to lose weight, right? We all could lose a couple LBs.
Sure.
A few less Mr. Softies. But whenever you picked up something that you weren't supposed to eat, this guy's going to come slap it out of your hand.
So he lives with me?
Would you want that?
So I'm just slapped 24/7, basically.
Yeah.
You're wrestling him for food the whole day through.
Stop with this 13th glass of milk today, slap.
I'm slowly picking up a carrot, like pointing at it, like, okay, sir, is that okay? Putting it in my mouth.
Yeah, we wrestled for 14 hours. I lost 9 pounds. It was pretty good. Just trying to get a hoagie out of my hand.
He basically beat the fuck out of Bill Cosby. He just had a hoagie in each hand. He kept saying they weren't for him. All right. Here's one. 1 star. I am not a fan of buffets. People lose all of their willpower and gorge themselves on mediocre food. They feel they have to eat their money's worth, so they put on their eating dresses and they pig out, and the smell of flatulence is so overpowering you want to run outside for a breath of fresh air. This woman who was in line in front of me was filling her plates up so high and blatantly letting it rip with foul-smelling farts. It was gross. I had to leave. 1 star. I don't know what buffet it was, but people be putting on their eating dresses and ripping ass.
I mean,
guys.
This is 100% Golden Corral, right? Like,
Yeah, probably.
People be farting at buffets. We know this.
So if I'm going to a place where the staff's running outside, I'd rather it be for breath of fresh air than for
also, like, how is it the restaurant's fault this lady's ripping ass? What are they supposed to do? Like, plug her butt up? You're not allowed to do that here. Can't take off your eating dress.
Everybody's running out. They must have heard the ice cream truck. No, you just heard Janice ripping ass again. She's tooting out a fucking tune.
Someone's got to get her money's worth over there.
Clearing some space.
Novak, fatties who fart in a buffet.
Picture the eating dress, like the air puffing the eating dress kind of up in the back.
Like Marilyn Monroe on the
Oops.
Maybe the food's good if they keep going back for so much, and it's satisfying. So I'll say help.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe, frequenter of Old Country Buffet, I'm sure.
Happy birthday, Mr. Softy.
That is what I do. I actually agree. I don't super love buffets. Sometimes they can be good, but the food generally smells like somebody farted all over it. So if this is a bad buffet, I would like to know that. So the correct rating for that scenario is help.
Yep. I love a buffet, even though the food smells like farts.
No, I don't. I generally don't love buffets. Okay. I don't love a buffet.
Oh. Come on down to Ponderosa. We got the new fart cards on the food. Yeah? This meatloaf actually smells like meatloaf. Not your rancid ass.
I love it when my food smells like dingleberries.
Inhale my ass. All right. Here we go. 1 star. Okay, so first off, me and my family love to visit all different types of zoos. Elephants being my all-time favorite. I don't know if that's a type of zoo, but that's fine.
I like when the elephants have their eating dresses on.
When we took my daughter to see the elephants, I was mortified by the absolute lack of care and concern. This elephant had the largest erection I've ever seen. My daughter began asking me what that was, and she's only 3.
The elephant did not have a Camaro.
If the staff took care of these poor animals and relieved them, then maybe my 3-year-old wouldn't be asking about gigantic elephant erections. 1 star.
Relieved them?
They want them to jack off the elephant. That's their job.
Why doesn't the zoo pleasure the animals?
I'm sure if the staff came out and jacked off the elephant, little Susie wouldn't have any fucking questions about that.
When I go to the zoo, I want to see rivers of monkey cum, okay?
The elephant was named Mr. Softy, but that wasn't the case. So, Chad, would you want to see a big old elephant erection? Or no, you don't want to see an erection. You want them to be properly emptied.
Yeah,
just kind of fucking handle it when you get asked you about questions.
Say it's what another leg that? And leave.
Fuck! Shit, I gotta tell my kid about a hard dick. A hard what, Daddy? Oh, fuck!
Also, the kid's 3. Just say anything. They're not gonna fucking remember.
Yeah.
What is that? It's a fucking raging hard on him. What do you want me to say?
I think I've told this story in the podcast when I saw rhinos fucking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty great. They are, look, if it's anything like a rhino dick, it's fucking huge, okay? Yeah. They have big ass dicks.
Okay,
thanks.
Thought I'd add some context for you guys. Does that help your decision?
I don't believe this guy.
I think rhinos have small penises.
Hey, the elephants have little ones, right? All right, Chad, what are you going to do? Are you going to go to the zoo?
My 3-year-old, just recently, he's sitting on the potty, and he's got his, 3-year-olds, sometimes they get little baby boners or whatever. And he just he points to it and he goes, "Daddy, look at my long penis."
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Okay.
And then he scoots his butt back on the toilet and he goes, "If I suck my belly in, it points up." And I'm like, okay, cool, dude.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
He's already got it kind of figured out.
Mm-hmm.
Take him to see the elephant, knock him down to size.
I did actually. We were at the zoo recently, and 2 turtles. One turtle climbed on top of the back of the other one and started trying to fuck it. And my son, or was it my son or my daughter? One of them was like, "What are they doing?" I'm like, "Oh, they're just playing." And then let's move.
I'll write a shitty Yelp review.
Why haven't they cranked off these turtle penises?
Did a hapless zoo staffer rush out in a panic and start blowing the turtle before it got to the other one?
Can you please empty the turtle balls before I come, okay?
Yeah, they probably wouldn't do it orally now that I think about it. I'm doing zoo work over here. Fucking Alexis Texas, the zookeeper. Anyway, we can spit this fucking thing out.
It seems unreasonable request of the zoo staff, who are largely probably underpaid and underappreciated for the work that they do. Yelp.
Yeah, are they expecting it to be like a morning? Like it's going to be a long day. Let's
Start the routine by having all the animals blast everywhere.
Everyone, they all just punch in, start putting rubber gloves on, walking in. All right, who's first? The tigers. Ah, shit.
Time to make the goats come. Let's go.
That sloth's going to take forever.
Two guys jerking off a bear, just like Mondays, am I right?
Hey, how's your weekend? Bear just bear faces everywhere. Okay, no matter whether you go to the zoo or not.
No.
All right, real quickly, two more. All right. This bar fills top shelf bottles with cheap alcohol. I ordered a Casamigos neat and was served a cheap tequila from the Casamigos bottle. The bartender was a total dick when I told him that was not what I ordered. Whack. 1 star. Response from the owner. Jeff, first off, no one does what you're saying happened. Yeah, we replace a middle-of-the-road tequila with a lesser tequila. Bars don't actually do that. I make the same amount of money on either bottle of shit I sell you guys. Fact is, Jeff, you got a Casamigos and the bartender treated you like an idiot because you are a dumb idiot that claimed a false thing. I see you have 3 other 1-star Yelp reviews. Clearly that is because you are a complaining butthole person. Here's what I am going to do. I am going to 1-star Yelp your mother because she made Jeff the Yelp complaining fart guy baby. Good luck out there in 1-star crybaby idiot butthole guy land. You suck. The world thinks you suck, Jeff. Yes, the entire world thinks Jeff sucks like a fart. However, farts are funny. Jeff just stinks. I guarantee the last girl that had sex with you is currently at an Alcoholics Anonymous podium right now. I knew I hit rock bottom when I woke up having had sex with Jeff, the 1-star Yelp reviewer butthole fart face guy. So, does that owner kind of help allay your concerns? It's kind of weird going on there, maybe? Seems like a pretty reasonable business owner.
Needs maybe an editor too.
Yeah, it was like about 35 buttholes too long, I would say.
A little bit of a Tourette string at the end there, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he can take some constructive criticism.
That bartender was kind of a dick.
You're
a crybaby butthole Yelp fan.
The bartender treated him that way because he was a 1-star fuckhead.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go to this place.
I do kind of want to 1-star this guy's mom.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think the problem is that no zookeepers jerked this guy off to start his shift. So he's a little pent up in tension. So yeah, Yelp.
Yeah, it says this bar is owned by a bear. All right, last one. 5 stars for this hotel. This is the best hotel in the area to have an affair or to cheat on your wife. I myself had an affair with a woman named Michelle, whom I work with. My wife found the hotel receipt online and called the hotel, who told her I indeed checked in with my wife. The beds are large and comfortable and perfect for having sex with women who are also not your wife. The bathrooms are clean. The staff is friendly and there's ample parking just in case you decide to meet your partner who you are cheating on your wife with. They're in separate vehicles. I definitely plan on going there again the next time I feel the need to get my cheating on. Then again, I won't have to cheat anymore, as my wife is leaving me as soon as she's done writing this review from my Yelp account. Also, I have a tiny penis and sometimes sleep in women's panties. So,
Oh, wow.
no, she did give it 5 stars. So the hotel sounds nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chad, would you use this to go cheat on your wife?
Yeah, this. I don't know how to rate this one because it wasn't written by the actual guy. It was written by this poor woman. It's certainly not the hotel's fault that this guy decided to be a seedy piece of shit there. So I guess, yeah, I'll stay at this hotel, whether I'm having an affair or otherwise. I would gladly stay at this hotel, so help.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I feel a little bad for this hotel that this is the review it's getting. So
Yeah.
Please take this down.
we'll say yes. So I'm going to give that a Yelp or help, whichever one is appropriate in this scenario.
Sure. And we're not going to decide that. We're going to move on. So that is Yelp or help.
All right. Root beer float is the final Theo's chocolate.
Love me a root beer float. Had one, was it 2 Saturdays ago? We go to like Baskin Robbins now every fucking week because like my kids were hating swimming. So I started bribing them to enjoy it. Like, hey, we'll go get ice cream after swimming every time. Now they like swimming, but I can't roll that
Is
back.
this in between your Mr. Softy sprints? How much ice cream are you eating? Good Lord.
I mean, a lot. But so I can't roll it back now, right? Because like now they expect ice cream after every swimming. But anyways, I had a root beer float 2 weeks ago. I mean, I like ice cream too. You know, I'm not going to go to Baskin Robbins and not get something.
I'm giving my neighborhood 1 star because there was a man chasing the Mr. Softy truck with an erection.
We were just having ice cream with the Mr. Softy truck when this guy drove up with a huge erection. What am I supposed to tell my 3-year-old that was?
There was a rock hard elephant chasing the Mr. Softy truck. Oh no, that's just Chad. He's just the size of an elephant.
Wow. But you're all right. You're not that big, dude.
I mean, from all the ice cream. Does this one have something crunchy in it?
From all the ice cream. You know, from the ice cream like we spoke about.
I suck it through my mouth like an elephant's trunk. You know how it is. Trying to see if I taste any root beer or float.
It is hard. This is hard to rate. I think I do get a root beer flavor to it, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know where the float comes in, because there's no extra added Mr. Softy to the root beer flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hardest one to rate. I think it's kind of a miss. This is not accurate with what I think they're trying to do. It's not particularly tasty. It's not bad either. Boy, I feel like a real missed opportunity. I was super excited about this one, but I got to give it an indifferent to that. And it's going to have a tough road here to win it. But it's pretty open because the other one's got bad ratings, Geiger.
So there's like chunks of something in there, and it almost feels like it's just like pieces of broken up root beer candy. That's how it almost tastes to me, because it does taste like a root beer sucker, right?
Oh, yeah, I'll bet that is what that is.
Like it tastes exactly like if someone chopped up a root beer Dum Dum and put it in chocolate. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I like root beer as a flavor a lot. Actually, I don't. It's weird. I don't ever order it, but I really like root beer. It's kind of a self-owned, I guess.
Say root. Say the word root.
I was just about to ask you to do that.
Did I say root beer instead of root beer?
Is that beer you drink when your life is in a rut? What's happening?
Damn it, I finally figured out how to say fucking bagel, and now I gotta fucking start all over with something.
Root beer.
I like a nice sarsaparilla as much as anyone else, but Novak's right in that it's not a root beer candy. Fucking root beer candy. It's I fucking hate you. But there's
to talk.
There's no ice cream in it, right? So it's hard, or like there's no float part of it. So it's not. This is tricky because I do think it tastes good. It just doesn't say what it says it doesn't. I'm not going to hold that against it. I am going to give it a mild like that. I might be kind of insane. I kind of like it a little bit.
I mean,
might be the only one.
Going to be enough to fucking win it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to put my finger on the scale. I kind of like the flavor the more it's set on my tongue.
Okay. Chad?
I mean, root beer is by far my favorite soda. I like it more than Rut beer and all other sodas. I actually, for 2024, I was like, I'm cutting out all soda except root beer. I had to make an exception for root beer. It's just kind of to be the purpose.
Moving forward, I am a vegan except for beef.
But the difference is that like I was drinking a lot of Coke because like we have it at work or what, they have Coke at work in the fridge or whatever, but like they don't have root beer. And so root beer was something I'd only get it like once a month or once a fucking week at Baskin Robbins now. But it is something that I really, really love. I agree that it's missing the
You are
float.
Hereditarian.
Yeah, you nailed it. I agree that
both go get fucked.
it is missing the float part of that. It also, in my opinion, is not sweet enough. I feel like it should be a little bit sweeter. And then I think I would actually really like it because Geiger, I think you're right. The root beer Dum Dum flavor is a flavor that I like too. And I think that's what this is. It's basically the same thing. But it doesn't quite work for me. So I'm going to stick with an indifferent to that.
Okay, a like and a 2 indifference is easily enough to put ahead to the W. So that is the winner of the week. Geiger, where can the listeners contact us?
If you have ever seen an animal get jacked off at a zoo, or like even in like a seedy bar somewhere, or like even at home,
time to make the donuts.
Time to punch the clock and
nope, we don't have any frosting. Let's go jerk off a giraffe for the donuts.
They're not making actual donuts out of it. If you have ever ran out of you were working in a restaurant or any other job and you just bolted out of your place of employment to get an ice cream cone from Mr. Softy, if you did whatever we talked about at the beginning of the episode.
Do you have a signature recipe?
Do you have a signature recipe? Exactly. Frank wants to know. Bumble McCandlesticks wants to know if you have a signature joke, a street joke from the streets. Let us know all that stuff at youtrydat@gmail.com. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, anywhere you can find podcasts, you can find us. Please leave us a like, a review. Let us know what you think of our ratings. Suggest a snack for us to try, all that good stuff. And as always, if you think your friends and family would enjoy it, let them know. And thanks for listening. And also, although we did not necessarily love these candies today, thank you, Becky, for getting them.
Yes, thank you, Becky.
Frank, the polar bear is hard. You gonna head over to the polar bear cage? Damn it.
The Eagles landed, and the eagle is very hard.
Geiger, you should just tell the rhino fucking story again. That was like 250 episodes ago or something like that.
All right.
Tell it. Tell it.
It's a classic.
Tell us the rhino fucking story.
My sisters and I were with my dad at the Milwaukee County Zoo.
Gather round. Let me
and
Let
pull
me
up a
spin
tail.
a yarn.
When I saw a gallon of rhino jizz fall out of an asshole, I'm not kidding either. So we went up and like the one rhino.
How I Met Your Mother.
The one rhino was kind of up on a rock, like it's not standing on its hind legs with its feet up on a rock, and the other rhino was like up behind it, and they were like making a lot of noise. Let's just say that, like a lot of thrusting and rhino noises, and my sisters are like, and all these people are just ringing the enclosure, like hooting and hollering, taking pictures.
Hooting and hollering.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, like yelling, like cheering the rhino on.
Saukville loves some rhino on rhino action up there.
It's not the entire city of Saukville went to the zoo together.
It wasn't the Saukville Zoo.
The Saukville Zoo had one cow.
They have two rhinos and that one Starbucks guy we made fun of that one time.
Birdman?
Yeah, Birdman.
Birdo? And Birdo needs to be jacked off today. Yes, I do. No, so my sisters, like, they were a little younger than me. Let's just say I knew what was going on, but I had seen rhinos fuck on the internet. No, I'm kidding. But my sisters are like, "What's going on? why is it? Is it hurting it? Like, why is that other rhino hurting it? My dad is like mortified. Like, my dad's like an awkward old school dad, just doesn't want to even know, like, his kids to know the word sex exists. He's just like, oh god, oh. He's like, Nick, cover your sister's eyes. I'm like, cover my sister's eye? Like, what, shield? No, like, it's not like a bomb went off. I gotta protect her. Like, it's
Dad, it's a Saukville Zoo. All they have is fucking rhinos.
we can't. 10 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 7 o'clock, they fuck. That's the whole thing. So he's like, the one's giving the other one a back rub, and I'm just dying laughing. He's so uncomfortable. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's go. I'm like, so then right as we're like walking hurriedly
The crowd
past,
was too thick with people that he couldn't.
oh
move.
yeah, the crowd was just, there was like a mosh pit, or there was selling
crowd
t-shirts.
was pushing.
The crowd was thicker than the impending cum you were about to see.
Oh man, the one rhino, you just heard the rhino go like, "Grrr!" And like he like pulls out, and he has got a fucking telephone pole for a dick, and all this like cum is just falling out of the rhino's vagina, I guess. I really got weird about that part. And someone from the crowd, I distinctly remember, just goes, "Oh hell yeah!" And I could not stop laughing. It was so great. And my dad like wanted to like crawl into a hole and die. He was so embarrassed.
That rhino busted a nut. High five, bro.
Yeah, that's
I picture you dead. Like first he's up at the front, he turns to try to leave, and the crowd's just forever pushing forward. It's like hundreds of rows deep. He's like, ah, pressing
Someone
him into
grabs
the
him by the
enclosure.
collar. It's like, this is Saukville Zoo. You need to watch here. Spins him around.
yeah. We didn't have like standardized SAT testing. We just had rhinos fucking.
Put another notch on your bedpost, Rhino.
Yeah, that rhino got it in. I mean, it was like
Those
a
are our
fucking...
city council members. You show them some.
That's Tonga and Tama. They got to vote on a zoning ordinance later and had to clear their minds. So yeah, rhinos fucking. Check the archives.
Come back at 4:45 to see him 69.
I don't think they could choose the position. I'm pretty sure. All right, now he's going to wheelbarrow around the arena. That's impressive agility.
Here's where the rhino does a fadoink.
Just takes out half the crowd. They go flying into the next enclosure.
Nick, cover her eyes again. Why do we keep coming back to the enclosure?
Dad, you know it's rhino fucking day in the zoo.
Well, Nick, I want you to see it. I don't want your sisters to see it, but you need to know how Rhino's 69.
Yeah, cowgirl was pretty impressive when he like that. It's like, I don't know. We know how though we got the rhino onto its back. Are we done now? Is that what happened?
Ernie Von Schledorn was marketing on the side of these rhinos just because it was so popular.
Ernie Von Schledorn, would you like to watch the rhinos fuck?
All right.
Ernie Von Schledorn, I'm hornier than these rhinos.
Jerk off a rhino to get $100 off a car.
$100? What a deal! I got trampled trying to jack off a rhino, but I got $100 off this Dodge Ram.
Ernie Von Schledorn, make the lion come for a vending machine token.
Ernie Schledorn, 0% APR for 100% of that lion's cum.
All right. All right. That's going to do it for this time. We'll be back next time. We're trying out 3 brand new snacks.
Yeah.